How we doing there, boys and girls? Manthieus here, and welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to take a little bit of a look at what might the crafting situation look like a couple of months down the line. A lot of the focus of the channel recently has been on, well, what's it going to look like in the first couple of weeks when Dragonflight launches, when everybody is like hitting the ground running, everybody's trying to get as many specialization points and craft as many things and fulfill as many work orders as possible. What's it going to start to look like a few weeks, a few months down the line when everybody starts to sort of, even out a little bit? On the beta at the moment, we do have the luxury that we can come to Valdrakken. The Valdrakken realm is where all these lovely cheat vendors are. Some of you will probably have seen these in either other videos of mine or other content creators out there. These are quite nice in terms of the fact they sell you most of the materials you need, and you can get up and running with these guys with any profession you want quickly and easily. So today I'm going to use alchemy as the example, but this is sort of relatively true for any of the professions. It doesn't particularly matter that we're looking at alchemy here. But what I've worked out quite quickly, and a trend I've started to see, is that unless you are a big spender, and when I mean big spender, I'm not necessarily meaning money, I'm meaning time. Unless you're dedicating an awful lot of time to these professions over many weeks consistently, you're unlikely to ever get to a position where you can craft most things at max quality. And more worryingly, it doesn't seem to be that you can craft things at max quality almost ever. And I think this is very, very cleverly designed by Blizzard, and it's designed in a way that gives them some room for growth in the next few patches or the next few expansions. In patch 10.0, we are unlikely, without extreme amounts of effort, ever going to be able to craft any single item at max quality. Let me showcase a few examples here. One of the big ones for alchemy is going to be the potions of power. The elemental potion of power and the elemental potion of ultimate power. These are just basically straight up main stat increasing potions, and is going to be one of the most sought after potions for most people. I've got a few crafted at different qualities here to show what happens when you move up in quality. So you look at your elemental potion of power at quality 1, and it's a plus 502 primary stat buff for 30 seconds. That jumps up to 577 and then all the way up to 664 for quality 3. Some quite chunky increases in main stat bonus, and if you're really pushing content, it makes sense that you're going to want the best quality of those potions you can get your hands on, or afford, whichever category you fall into. But what does it take to make one of these at quality 3, and how is an alchemist going to have to kit themselves up to be able to achieve this? The reality is that they can do an awful lot of work and still not guarantee these. Even using best quality components, you can see here, top quality vials, top quality Omnium Draconis, top quality Primal Convergence, you are so close to being able to guarantee top quality of these, but it seems to be very deliberately designed so that you can't quite cross the finish line. This is going to mean that the inspiration secondary stat is super important to many people and will stay important for the entirety of patch 10.0 at least. With a recipe difficulty so high and you being able to get so close to it, it's going to end up being really quite frustrating. But how do we guarantee quality 3 then? Is there a way that we can start to guarantee quality 3 even if we do everything that we can? Yes, there is, but you can't do it indefinitely, and this is why I think the system is quite cleverly designed. There are these two things called Illustrious Insight and Lesser Illustrious Insight. These are crafted, pretty much every profession can craft these, and they're crafted using nothing more than Artisan's Metal. I am definitely going to need to do a dedicated video on Artisan's Metal at some point in the near future, so, make sure you've hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for that one. But Artisan's Metal, the quick TLDR on this is consider it your crafter's currency. We don't care so much about gold anymore. The thing that's going to really hold us back is how much of this stuff we can get our hands on. And in the recent times on the Discord and on streams and comments on YouTube content, lots of people are starting to come up with ideas about, well, how can they just get more of this? So I think it's going to be time to talk about it in a little bit more detail in the upcoming days and weeks. But the point still stands is you make this Illustrious Insight, and what this actually does is it increases your skill. It's one of the only items in Dragonflight that's going to have a direct skill increase. And that skill is going to be really important when you are a few points away from the next quality. If we go back to our potion, we have a 418 skill, yet we need 425 skill to be able to guarantee that quality 3 potion, which means the only way we can feasibly do it is by using some of this lesser Illustrious Insight. Boom, throw one of those into the mix, and then all of a sudden your alchemist is able to guarantee the craft of top quality elemental potions of power. And this pattern works all the way through many of the top recipes. If you're looking at blacksmithing, any of your top gear, as soon as you start seeing those crafting orders coming in for like top quality stuff, the situation is going to be the same, that you're going to need to use this artisan's metal to convert it into these Illustrious Insights to be able to guarantee those top quality crafts. Now, alchemy is a little bit different, obviously, because it's a commodity. It's an item that's going to be sold on the region-wide auction house. It's not going to come through crafting orders in any way, shape, or form. And so alchemists individually are going to have a choice to make. Do they use their artisan's metal for one of the 5 to 10 different things you can use artisan's metal for, or are they going to dedicate it into making, guaranteed top quality items? Just for example here, if I craft a few of these, you'll see that we are so close, yet we practically always make quality 2 versions. Only when we get that inspired proc does quality 3 pop up, and only because I've got quite a high level of inspiration is it happening quite frequently. And let's not burn through all of my components there. That was a nice multi-craft, 20 multi-craft. These secondary stats are going to be really cool for alchemy. But this goes to show, right, you can be like a matter of a handful of points away from being able to reach that threshold. And if you just can't reach it, you're pretty much still guaranteed quality 2. And I think this is going to lead to a very interesting economy in the first few months of the expansion. It's going to do a lot to push people's desire for getting higher quality materials, because you are obviously going to want the higher quality materials you possibly can if you can cross the threshold. But this is where some of the min-maxers out there will really start to do their maths and start to really calculate that, well, actually, something sneaky I could be doing here. If I can't guarantee quality 3 using the materials, what I could probably do is start to drop down the quality of these, saving myself some gold. Buying these is going to be much cheaper, and yet still have the inspiration procs pushing it past that threshold. So there's going to be a lot of calculating to do, and a lot of people are going to have to get their their maths brain out. That actually using quality 1 here in this scenario is a much cheaper way of practically making the same thing. If I now repeat the same process again, craft a bunch of these, we'll still be practically guaranteed quality 2, but when that inspiration procs, if it does just like that, then you'll all of a sudden see that you're still guaranteed quality 3 with inspiration. So this overall would be a much cheaper way of crafting. So it's going to be a really intricate little system for crafting, and I think the way that Blizzard have balanced it is going to lead to some interesting decisions needing to be made. People are going to have to really carefully choose what materials they look to use. People are going to really have to carefully choose where they put their specialization points. And even when we get to the level where everybody is filling out their trees in 6 months, 9 months time, dependent on how many, profession points you need. Once you've filled out your trees and you've got the best gear, there's still decisions to be made. So I think it's going to be quite cool. And I think hopefully this gives Blizzard a lot of room for improvement when we go into patch 10.1, 10.2 and the likes. They can probably do a multitude of different things to say, okay, now on these patterns, you can achieve the quality 3 guaranteed, but hey, look, here's a new recipe, a new potion that you're probably going to care about more, and then that one is then going to be, the shiny object for people to chase after. I think it could be quite cool. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below, boys and girls. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.